You are now looking at the model listing of the run files or the model input files. It's no longer as empty as before because we have already created our first model listing file here, first run. And you notice besides this, the name first run, you see a drawing pin or a map pin. As long as this map pin appears, it means that the model run is still pending. It's not completed. We have already put in a request to have the model run, but the server have yet to complete its run. And you also notice that the word run, the link is inactive and it's grayed out and italic because we will not be able to put in a second request until the first request is completed. Only then can we request another run. And this is the results. You will click this later to see the results of the model run. This copy is to make a copy of the model input file, and this delete is to delete the model input file. Now what we can do is we can refresh this page, or we can simply wait. Let us refresh this page. We will refresh it like this to reload or to refresh, and then you will see that the map pin has disappeared, and the link for the run is no longer grayed but now active. Now when this happens, when you no longer see the map pin, it means that the model request has been completed, and we will now be able to run again if we want, or we can view the results, which we actually want to do now. So let's click on the results link. Now like the model input file, the model output has several categories. The first is the annual results. This will show you the every year the results, or the average, or the final value, which depending on the parameter. 20 years because we put in 20 years of data, 20 years to be requested, 20 years of simulation. Daily results is the daily results for the model results, and it's 7,300, which is actually 20 years. And below is the raw input. I will later explain this, but this is actually more for debugging purposes and not actually something that we should concern ourselves about. Now the annual results and daily results is the one that interests us. Download is to download the model results for annual. Download here is to download the model results for the daily results. Now the chart is to view the charts for the annual results, and plot is to have customized plotting for annual results. This one below, in the same way, this charts is to plot predetermined or preset charts showing the daily results, and plot here is to show customized plots for daily results. But let us first look at the annual results. We click on this, and it gives you a large table like here. You can navigate it by a bit like a spreadsheet. You can navigate up and down, and if you hover above the column header, you can explain this is year, this is total solar radiation, the unit is megajoules per square meter per year, this is direct solar radiation, diffuse solar radiation, and so on. So for instance here, this is the gross photosynthesis. The units is kilograms of glucose per pump a year. The maintenance respiration, growth respiration, and so on. And if you hover each value, you see the values for which year, particular year. This is again just to make reference easier because it's a large table. Now there's no need to copy this table and paste it in your spreadsheet or charting software, because there is a button here where you can download this whole table as a plain text file. Now I will later, in another tutorial, I will later show how you can import the model results into your spreadsheet. But as for now, just know that, for instance, if I click download, let me just demonstrate for you. If If I click download, and it should download the file here. It's called ANN because for annual, and it's a text file. So let's open it. Now my editor is a different editor, but yours is a notepad or whatever. It doesn't matter as long as it's a plain text file, and you can see this table is exactly as here. So you will be importing this into your spreadsheet such as Excel. Again, another tutorial will be shown where you will learn how to import this file into your spreadsheet. But at the moment, we close this. So there's no need to copy and paste. We just download. You just click this button again to download the text file. Now let's return. This button, download, serves the same. You can download the model results as a plain text file. Now we will look at charts. We click. Now this plots the model results as a series of charts. It may take some time because there are lots of charts to be plotted. Again, there are different groups. You can click on yield components. This deals with the fresh fruit bunches like here. You can click on crop growth. It opens up a series of charts showing growth parameters, the crop parameters, the stress, the water losses, water content. Sorry, this is the soil water content in the soil layers. I only have 3 soil layers, but if you have selected 6, then it will be 6 soil layers. Meteorology environment dealing with climate properties, and so on. So anytime you want to save, you can right click on a chart. You can save the image, or you can copy it. Now the purpose of this is these are not really publication ready. It's not so much for you to copy and put it into your publication, but it's really just to quickly refer to the results, where we do not have to keep downloading the model results, putting into our spreadsheet and outputting the results as a series of charts every time we run the model. But this is just a quick way to have a look at the various results in a visual manner. So we will return, and now we will look at the third option, that is to plot. Now this will plot our chart. This allows us to plot our chart according to what we want. So for instance, for the x-axis, we can choose year, and we can choose the yield. We need to find the yield. This is the year. Let me zoom in. This is the year. And for the y-axis, let's say we are interested to plot the NAR, CGI, BI, and we choose it as a scatter chart, and then we click plot, and this is our result. You can see the year, BI, bunch index. Let us now choose, we return. Let's say we want to plot these 3 together. Is on our PC or Windows is Control key. So we plot BI, CGR, NAR, and we choose a scatter again and plot. And that is the results. BI, CGR, NAR is plotted against year. Now, if in case you want to clear, there's a button at the corner here. You click on this, it will clear whichever you have selected previously, like here. So it's now cleared. So we can, not necessarily here, we can try, for instance, we might want to plot the yield against Let me try the yield, and we try and plot the actual transpiration. Again, let's say we choose scatter and we plot. So this is how the graph looks like. So this is again just a quick way to plot parameters that we want. Again we can right click it to save the image or copy it into the clipboard. Now again, this is just a quick way to plot, to look at our results in a visual manner, to quickly, in order, if you want to have deeper interpretations or better looking charts, the best is still your charting software or spreadsheet. So let us click return. And you return back to this page. Same way, the daily results will show the model results for each day in a tabular manner, like so. So this is again a very large table because you have 7,300 days worth of data. Again, if you hover it, it gives you the explanation of each column header as well as the units. And if you hover here, it tells you this is the palm, this is the value for a particular age of the palm and how many years. Now, as you see at the bottom, this is for the first year. So because there's so much data, it's only showed per year. But if you can choose, for instance, I would like to have a look at the daily result for the palm at 16 years old. I just choose 16, and you can see this is now for 16 years. The data is now for 16 years. Same way, if I choose for 5, you will then list the daily results when the palm is 5 years old for 1 year. So you can scroll down like your normal spreadsheet and so on. So again, you can download the data. You can download this whole table. There's no need to copy. You download it and it will download this file, day text. You click on it to open up your editor. Again, it's a huge file because it has 7,300 days of data. Again, at the top column, you see this is the date generated, what seed number was used. This first 3 rows is just a comment to tell you column 1, column 2. Again, I will show you how to import these values into your spreadsheet in a separate tutorial. We close this and we press return. So again, we look at the charts. Again, this plots a series of predetermined charts to show your results for daily. Again, there are a lot of data to be plotted, so this may take a little time. So like before, yield components shows you the plots of the daily values. Now this because it's black because there's lots of values plotted here. Crop growth, same thing. You can right click to copy or to save like before. Water stress, these are daily values. Water content at different soil layers, as well as the transpiration, as the meteorology properties, and so on. So this again is just a quick way to look at your results. We'll click return. Likewise, plot will let you decide what values you want to be plotted. You will click on that. Again, we can see. Let's plot LAI for instance, okay, we will choose LAI and to be plotted against the actual transpiration, and we'll click plot. And this is the results where actual plant transpiration is plotted against LAI. Let's try a different aspect. Let's maintain LAI and choose water stress and the root zone water content, and we click plot. So this again, this shows you. Now this is just again a quick way to let you decide what values you like to be plotted. Again, you need to import your model results into your spreadsheet to have more detailed or more customized charts. So now the last is the raw input. Now in most cases you would not look at this, it's not important. This is really just for checking purposes in case your model behaves very strangely and you can't seem to find what's the problem. The raw input is just a way to ensure that your values in your model are really correct. Let's click on this. Now there's no need to understand what this means. Again, it's just is your model input. This is the model, this is the format that the model actually understands, but it's not easy for us to enter the values individually like here. So we create a special interface where we just enter the values. Again, you can click download to download the to download this file. But again, this is something that is not done. It's just for those who understand what it means. So we return, and you can try to run again. There's a button here, but there's no need because it will produce the same results as before unless you have chosen a stochastic model. So let's click run right here. We click run here, and you return back to the model listing. Now this copy is to make a copy of the model input. This delete is to delete the current selected file. Let's click copy, and you can see there are now two copies of the first run. The two are only different from because one is created at 4:34 p.m. whereas the original was created at, or at least updated at 4:12 p.m. So this is the original and this is the copy. Now the copy, although it is exactly the same as the original, it does not have results. For instance, if you try to click results for the copy, you will get this message showing that the results are not available. Do you wish to run the model now? This is because it only copies the model input but not the results. So you can click yes if you want to run it, but again, that's not necessary. You click no. And delete is to delete the model input. Now this delete has to be used with care, because when you delete, the results associated with the model run will be deleted as well. But you are given an option to return to abort if you want. Let's click delete. So it asks you to confirm that you really want to delete. Say yes to delete, no to cancel. But because this is a duplicate without any results, we can delete it safely. And then now it's back to 1. Now the rationale for using copy is to work on another copy. For instance, your first run could be a default or baseline, and you could create another model, a model input file, and tweak certain values. For instance, you might want to check different planting densities. What is the effect of planting densities on the yield? So instead of messing around with the original file, you can create a copy and work on the copy and so on. So this ends the second tutorial. Please continue with the third tutorial, where we will learn how to create and upload our own weather file. Thank you so much.